So we can have the idea of freedom or the end of suffering being somehow untouched by anything or zoomed out all the way, or there's nothing left to come into contact with anything else. And that may be one way of saying it, but it's not quite like that. That's a still sort of position. We can taste that expansiveness or that transcendent nature, bare awareness, unbound consciousness, and think that that's freedom, or that being continuous in our experience would be what freedom is. But that's not really what freedom is. Freedom is something even beyond that. But it's not more expanded or more untouched or untouching or devoid of experience. It's quite the opposite. It's when there's no hesitation for all manner of experience to occur. There's no fixation in the disintegrative or the integrative aspect. So inward and outward are no longer two. Inside and outside are no longer two. No identity and fluidly inhabiting any identity are not two. There's no hesitation. You're freed from delusive hindrance. This is freedom. So freedom is not a position, a belief, a specific insight, a specific type of realization, a map. All of that has to go away. All of that goes down the drain. You'll never be free until you're free of the most subtle fixation. And one of the most subtle fixations, or maybe the most subtle fixation, is the fixation on feeling good all the time. Never feeling discomfort. Or having things your way. As simple as that sounds, that ends up being a very deeply rooted fixation. And a lot is built on top of that, including the sense of a separate self with agency, the belief in separation, that the world is actually divided up into objects, and that there's one object at the middle of that called me, the subject, that is the most important object or the most important experience, and everything is subjugated to that. So all of this is really just built on top of that belief that we need to do something or can do something to make ourselves feel better all the time, or to fix some fundamental problem that doesn't exist. So we have to get under that fundamental fixation to know freedom. So freedom is to be everything and nothing at all. Freedom is to fully inhabit any relative identity and not use a belief in no self to just say, well, there's no one here, there's no one to feel anything, there's nothing really happening. If you have to use that position, whether it's internally through thought or saying that to someone else, you might want to ask yourself, well, why? Why do you need to go there? Why do you need to hold a position of no self or nothingness or there's no one here or whatever? It's an important realization for sure, but it's not the final position. There is no final position. That's the key. So if there's a fixation, if there's a position, if there's a view, no matter what it is, the most subtle views held are still views. They're still fixations and can be let go of. So you've heard things like the only way out is in. This is what that actually refers to. You have to come back for everything. Reality will come back for everything, and it will find everything. Everything that's hidden will be revealed. And then the fundamental perturbance of fixation will be revealed and ultimately dispelled. That's what it is to be free from delusive hindrance.